Alright, today we're gonna be doing something that I've shot a while ago, but the case is just too good not to post. I was just going through a bunch of footage and selecting things that I really was touched by, so to speak, and one of those things is today's case. One part that is missing, and I hate producing videos that missing sections, but for the life of me I can't find the beginning of this video. All I've done at the start of this video was a suspected faulty controller needed to be placed on a completely working donor device, and just to see if the response of it is going to be exactly the same as it was on the original board. That's it. So enjoy the show, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you need this problem solved for your device or any other device for that matter, let me know. The link in the description can take you to our website. So plug it in with a patient's controller on the donor board. Power up, and we get no PHY link. That gives me hope that the controller is bad. Okay, let's keep on going. Need to center this. Okay, same way I'm gonna add some more juice to it, a little bit of pressure. All the joints look nice and clean. I just noticed something up here that looks a little bit criminal to me. I can't say if I noticed it before. Not sure if I saw it before or not, but that's definitely not supposed to be linked like this. Also, what's up with all these test points having solder? It's almost like makes me think that this place that worked on it before knows what they're doing without knowing what they're doing, if that makes sense, you know. So here we go. This is now, I think, connected. See the controller set down, maybe a little bit crooked, but I would say it's still within the norm. And this side is bang on. What about this side? Here it's good. Slightly shifted here, but not too much. It's good enough to try. So I'm plugging it in right now. Here we go. Link up. Let's turn this off. And let's power up. And we do get PHY now. When we go into utility, we see Anisha SanDisk, just like we should. It's been mounted this way. Is it the right way or not? Alright, I found a post where it is clearly indicating the QR code is pointing down like this when it's mounted. So let's get the chip reballed. To reball the chip, this is one of my favorite things to do, guys. Let's go. I'm gonna grab a fresh towel. I'm gonna get rid of all this junk here. Lay the towel down. put up a fume extraction. Add flux. Then take a new piece of solder and dilute all pads with the new stuff. This is gonna get rid of all of the old and lead-free crap that's there. Let's go. And when it's off, we flatten it out. Grab wick. Two pieces and we're gonna be completely flat. Minimal pressure to no pressure. Just kind of gliding over this flux. Now I'm gonna grab a sponge. I see a little bit of a bubbling here. And some type of fracture. Hopefully the chip is good. I have a reader for it that I can actually test the ID inside. Maybe that will be a good idea. This is the socket for it, so we can test it actually. If the ID comes up, that means the chip is more or less good. At least it communicates with the NAND. And now that we get communication with the controller, it should link the two together. So this programmer just take the chip, this is it, has a dot points to an arrow, the triangle, and I slide it in here. Now I pull up my reader software and run ID. That's not good. I didn't get to explain why that is not good, because the ID of the NAND should not consist of repeating numbers over and over and over and over again. Usually these 8 numbers, they're gonna be somewhat different. 45 at the beginning usually indicates that it's a SanDisk type of memory, SanDisk Toshiba 4598. But then it should be followed by something else moving forward. The fact that we were getting all of these as 45s indicates that there's some kind of problem inside of this chip. What can I say, guys? This shows that, you know, you gotta make sure that you pick a place that's gonna get the job done and not destroy your unit. I'm trying to focus here so you can see what I mean by delamination, but it's hard to catch it. Maybe there is no damage to the circuit. This very well and nicely done mask job, because this is definitely masking. You see, because there are scratches underneath. And these are not my scratches, guys, because this mask is already over it. This type of masking is really, you know, good good stuff. Like that somebody probably works on iPhones or whatever. But this delamination right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, the NAND is screwed, guys. Look at this. This is delaminated. You see how I push on it and it pushes down? Yeah, the camera is clearly picking it up. Most likely gonna just fry my controller, and I need it. Since the flash drive arrived with signs of a dead controller, which is actually not a very common situation, I kind of logically assumed that the reason why the controller is no longer working on that device is because the defective NAND or whatever that was done to the NAND ended up frying the controller, making it completely useless. If I was getting a proper ID on this chip, I would attempt it. The fact that we're getting just 45 for all of this is a really bad sign. Let's try to read it once again. Ignore busy. Four five four nine 9BB3. Sometimes we're getting a glimpse of ID. 4549. I don't think that exists. 9BB3. 300 gig. You know what, guys? Maybe we still have a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
What's the worst that can happen here? The worst thing that's gonna happen here right now is that we do this and we fry our controller, our innocent controller from a donor device. How bad is that? It's bad, but you know, I'll probably have more. They just need to be sorted. What I've been sorting and putting away in capacity boxes had been done like years ago. So I have years of unclaimed flash drives that still need to be checked and reorganized. All right, so maybe we'll find something useful there. I feel like doing this right now is too close to give up. Even though my guilty conscience here says, dude, you're just gonna kill it. You're just gonna waste more time. But for the content, dude, I do this for the content. I do this for you guys. So you can see and not repeat my mistakes, my greedy mistakes. I gotta say, I'm doing this partially out of greed. Because well, no, I got some validation. You know, if I wasn't getting validation, I wouldn't attempt this. But I do have some validation, and that validation was on the screen, and that's the ID, showing that it's a 300 gig capacity unit. Hopefully that's gonna be recognized by our controller, and the controller is gonna be able to hook us up with some data. You know, if it won't, it won't. But if it can, I'm gonna be glad to take it. can see the end result. It's squished a little bit to the side, but it's fine. I'm gonna run it once again. She's a beaut, Clark. Alright, let's go. So mount up is like this. Now you see the board is smashed a little bit on the sides and stuff. I love how they remove the connector afterwards. That's so pro. They're like, well, connector has to go back. That makes sense. All right. Okay, guys, I'm very excited to test this. I'm not gonna set my hopes up too high, but I feel like we may just have a chance, you know? The Dumb and Dumber style. Okay. There's no power going to it. At the same time, so we can see it. Power up. And this time we have PHY light. What will that mean? Anisha or the ID? And looks like, hey, why did I do that? Okay, we don't need to do this right now. Let's go and start imaging the case. Oh my God. Yeah, but okay, let's grab the use space. So as I'm editing the video here, I noticed that the last section clip, the audio went off, mic probably died, but use space by FAT clearly identified that 127 gigabytes on this device had data, and capturing all of it wasn't a problem. We were getting consistent speed ranging anywhere from 4 to 20 megabytes per second depending on the region. It was running very, very well. All of the data got saved, so this was a very surprising case for me. I honestly didn't think that it's gonna go this well, but it did. And that just goes to show, guys, sometimes that you may lose hope or may not see the case finalizing successfully up until you actually try it. So I encourage everybody to try and test yourself in ways that you kind of doubt yourself sometimes, because that's how you learn. I mean, if I was kind of asked midway of the process whether this is gonna happen or not, after seeing that the ID was coming up with 45, 45, 45 all the time, and the fact that we had such obvious delamination at the bottom of the chip, I would say you're just gonna kill your controller, because my kind of initial thought was that's exactly what happened to our original flash drive, and that's why the original flash drive came in with a failed controller to begin with. So yeah, guys, this is definitely one I will be putting in the good books for. I'm excited about how it turned out. Hopefully you like this video, and if you need a recovery done on any of your devices in the future, let me know. Link in the description. See ya.